Okay, so there might be a bit of break in videos for a while. One, because touch wood or concrete, oh, there's some wood. Most of the cars are going fairly good. Now, I did just replace the handbrake cables on this thing. Oh yeah, and we got to move. So, packing up the entirety of downstairs, all my tools, my welding bench, bandsaw, all that. And the new house, I don't even know if it's all going to fit. There is like a parking space under the house, so it's about as big as this little area here. And then apparently there's like a workshop off to the side. And then there's a mystery shed up the back of the house that we haven't actually seen. So yeah, don't know. I might have to sell half this stuff. But as long as I have a patch of concrete that I can jack my car up on and put some jack stands on it, I will continue working on it. So, yeah, just did the handbrake cables on this. If you hadn't seen the other video, what had happened was I had bought the left-hand cable for a JZX100. This is obviously a 90. And the JZX100 cable only came to here, right? So, from Amayama in Japan, I ordered the other cable, and I also ordered the center bit. So if you're going to do your handbrake cables, order all three of them, okay? You just go to the diagram and make sure you get all three, because even this bit was a different length. The issue I had is when you handbrake to drift, only the right-hand side caliper would lock up, and this left cable was a little bit dodgy. So I'm really, really hoping that that's what it was, because I've done everything. I've changed the rotors. It's got brand new Project Mu rotors. It's got brand new OEM pads. It had OEM rotors with Project Mu pads, which I've still got. Changed all the little clips, greased everything that's supposed to be greased, adjusted. Could not get the left hand. I mean, it would lock up if you really reefed on it, but it's not, you really want them both to lock up at the same time. So hopefully that's all sorted now. It probably won't be, because, you know, but yeah. So that's what we did there. Also, if you didn't see one of the most recent videos, I installed this tail shaft speed sensor. So we have a bracket, and we have a cherry sensor, and then we have a 12-tooth wheel here. And the reason why we did this is because off the gearbox sensor, in comparison to the front wheel ABS trigger, there was too much of a discrepancy, and the slip factor in the ECU was way too big. So now the rear tail shaft follows almost identical to the front left wheel speed of the ABS, and it's pretty much perfect. One thing I do want to mention is that initially I had mounted my sensor here to the bottom of the body of the car, and I'm sure that would have been fine, but somebody online said, oh, you need to mount it to your differential because the differential and the subframe moves around. Okay, I get that. But see here, where I drilled into the diff? Don't do that, because the steel is not very thick, and I now have 2 holes in my diff. I did use some thread sealant, and I can weld those holes back up eventually if ever I need to or want to remove this. But I thought it was solid cast metal through there. It absolutely isn't. It's only about 5 millimeters thick. So you can drill into it and you can tap it, but you'll lose a bit of oil, and if you don't put thread sealant, you will have a bit of a leak here. So just be mindful of that. The other thing is, I mean, you could go off the tail shaft nuts here. That's something that somebody else mentioned. But because Oliver works, they have a laser cutter, I just figured I'd do that, and it worked. So pretty happy with it. If you've never seen underneath the back end of the Cresta, we have an assortment of parts here. Cusco rear sway bar, Strong Flex is what they're called. I think they're a Polish brand or something. They're from Eastern Europe. Strong Flex poly bushings in the yellow compound, so a bit stiffer. There's a red compound that's a bit softer, and the subframe bushers up the front. TRD, two-way LSD with 4.3 gears. I find that pairs really well for on the street. Serial 9 lower arms, IKEA formula tension arms, and then we've got KTS toe arms, which will probably eventually flog out. Nothing else really too fancy. Oh yeah, we've got Serial 9 poly bushings in these arms up here, and then in the knuckles I've got Hard Race bushings in the bottom. DG5 coilovers up there. Apart from the couple of issues that I had with them initially with my front one, I think that they're absolutely amazing, and in fact I reckon they're better than the MCA coilovers that I've got in that WRX over there. So there you go, that's that. Oh yeah, we got a Kakimoto exhaust tip, regulation 06 and R, and I believe that means, oh, what does it mean? I don't know, it's something to do with sound that they brought in Japan in 2006, so hence 06 and R. But yeah, there's the Cresta. This thing, oh man, so the Oliver Sora, we need to, just waiting on an alternator. Here's his old one here. Looks perfectly fine, doesn't work. So that I've got to change out. And yeah, as you can see, this is where my welder used to be. It is now packed up, ready to go to its new home. So anyway, I'm going to put the handbrake on the car, drop it back down. Hopefully I've solved the problem. If not, we'll be back at it again, but it's got new handbrake cables. Yay. Anyway, thanks for watching. Leave us a like if you enjoyed the video, and click subscribe if you'd like to find out where the new place is and what it looks like. That should be exciting, hey? Anyway, thanks for watching.